Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight, I'm throwing something a little bit different in the mix. It is a Tuesday night. I'm not doing nothing else. So, child, I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and review the Real Housewives of New York. Let me see if I can put some zhuzh on this season, okay? And now we have Eboni on the cast, and honey, she's adding a little bit of flavor, and child, getting Ramona all the way together, giving us history lessons all up and through. So child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews on reality shows and other television shows, movies, all kinds of things with an entertaining twist and a whole lot of laughter. If you're here for a second or third time and you're still undecided, but you say, let me come listen to that little animated lady one more time, go ahead and stop. Hit that subscribe button, your notification bell, so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. And y'all, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it, okay? So y'all know last episode, the ladies were in their favorite place. They're still in their favorite place, the Hamptons. And, you know, they're just waking up, Sonja and Ramona, making sure their dogs are breathing. Well, actually, Sonja said to Ramona, is Coco okay? He's in a deep sleep because, you know, Ramona knows her pet, honey. That animal has been around since season 1 of Real Housewives of New York. I have been an avid watcher since season 1. You know what? I wonder whatever happened to Simon. Child, baby, don't look. Simon and Housewives, we shouldn't intertwine the two, honey, because when it's a Simon in the mix, it's always some miss. Anyway, child, just a side note. So anyway, Sonja and Ramona are talking about their dogs. Luckily, Coco is still kicking, okay? So they talk about the night before, and Sonja was like, you know, I'm just happy that Eboni trusted us, you know, enough to open up and talk to us about her mother and her grandmother being like her only family. So, you know, Sonja was being really sympathetic to what Eboni was going through. And of course, Ramona was just laying there like a bump on a log. I don't even think she blinked. The camera panned over to her, and she was just like sitting there listening. It really dawned on me a few seasons ago that Ramona is so self-absorbed. For all the Ramona stands out there, I am sorry. I'm just speaking my speech and telling you my opinion. Okay? That's why this channel is called My Opinion. And Ramona sometimes hears white noise. She says absolutely nothing when someone is talking to her, and it's very off-putting. So anyway, you know, Sonja was just saying that she was really happy about that. So then Ramona goes, well, Leah's grandmother is dying as well. And Sonja said, yeah, and, you know, we've known Leah and we've heard her talk about it. But the fact that Eboni felt okay to open up, that was really big. And she was like, and also, you know, she was telling us in the confessional, and I'm going through something as well. So the fact that she is going through something and she talked about it makes me think that we can kind of connect. Oh, Sonja is my favorite. Always so sweet and caring, but Sonja, I love you and you are a hoot, honey. But at the same time, we're going to have to put down the rosé. Child, we're going to have to do it. Anyway, Luann goes into Eboni's room, right? And she's like, do you have a nail file? And she's like, yeah, girl, come get it. So she goes in. She was like, oh, you did the Irish goodbye last night. So at first I was like, what is the Irish goodbye, honey? Don't tell, child, let me check this out. So I went to Google. And he got on the Googler, and the Irish goodbye is basically you ducking out of a party or leaving a bad date without actually saying anything. Honey, Eboni was like, I'm finna go stretch out, y'all. Y'all doing flips. I see Sonja's thong, honey. It's looking like y'all getting a little turtle time in. I'm not in the mood, okay? I just got through crying. I've been healed and whatnot from the healer, and I just thought about some things, and I have already been drinking all night, child. Let me go lay down. I know that's right, Eboni. So she said, well, you know, I want to talk about that. She was like, you know, I just wanted to go and lay down. You know, all you girls were just all over the place. And then the people on stilts showed up. And I mean, it was just a lot. So I just had to go back to my room. Okay. So she said, well, did you enjoy the day? She said, yeah, some parts were not so good though. Right. So she said, you know, the server, right? Okay. I don't remember the lady being a server. I thought she was like a director of ambiance or something like that. She had some kind of fancy title. But anyway, she said the server, Michelle, Ramona kept calling her the wrong name, and then she called her the help. Now listen to me. When she called that lady the help, that really triggered me. Ramona, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. If you have not, please go to your nearest red box, fire stick, or somebody's something and watch the movie The Help. I guarantee you will not call anybody else that, child. I don't give a god doggone what their race is. It's just wrong on so many levels because it implies that people who help you are less than. Quick story. So I worked as a server for years, like 19 years to be exact, all through high school, all through college, some of my adult years, and people in the service industry really do not get the pat on the back that they deserve. To take care of another person is more than a notion. And when you belittle them, or you snap your fingers, or you shake your glass, or you say, you push your, you put your finger out like, I was waiting on you, and say things like that and call people to help. That is ignorant. Okay. Now, Ramona, I'm going to need you to get some coof, because that is just ignorant. And I don't like when people make others feel less than. So I understood what Eboni was saying. Okay. But then here go Ramona. Okay. She was like, that's just her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. We are not going to make an excuse saying that's just her. Yes, she does have a hard time with names. But the same way we go off on Heavenly for calling Anila Anita, we need to get Ramona all the way together so that she no longer calls these people the help. And the lady told her multiple times, my name is Michelle. She kept calling her Darlene, honey. I don't know what she was calling her, but it wasn't her name, okay? Eboni said, I really rarely share this, but my grandmother worked as a domestic all of her life. She helped take care of their kids. She cleaned their homes. She made their meals. And, she was seen as the help. So I just want to make sure that Ramona knows what kind of weight that word carries, because it makes people feel less than. So she was like, listen, had Michelle been black, honey, I would have been gone. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you would have been in here talking to yourself, looking for a nail file at the local CVS, because I would have been on the first thing smoking back on the I-10 by 10. Okay, so then so here go Luann. We haven't even started the day yet. Let's just get the day started. I don't care if the day just started or not. My feelings are my feelings. And I want to tell you about Ramona's transgressions. Girl, please listen, honey. Anyway, so Leah goes into Ramona's room dressed like the Tiger King. Okay, Leah was getting on my nerves this episode. And Ramona was like, what are you wearing? Leah was like, well, I didn't know you were a stylist. I didn't know you were the madam or something, she told her. Child, whatever it is, you look a fool. Now, normally I don't agree with Ramona, but Leah, the outfit is giving nothing, honey. It's giving real, Tiger King. It's giving real zookeeper realness. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do, honey. It's not giving what needs to be gave. Okay, so they get on the bus. Okay, Eboni, for the little ponytail change, honey. Eboni done put on 5 or 6 different ponytails since we've been here. Get into the looks, honey. Get into the looks. So anyway, they get on the bus and the Countess introduces herself as Luann. Now, that's a big deal, because you already know that Luann always, since season 1, has introduced herself as Countess Luann or Mrs. de Lesseps. Okay, you already know, because honey, Luann took that Countess title very seriously, and even after she was divorced, she was still Countess Luann. So I was kind of proud of Luann. I'm like, okay, Lou, carrying around the frosé, which is the mock rosé, and then calling yourself Luann. Okay, child, let's get into it if we're gonna get into it. So they start talking about the flavor of the month for Luann, which is Garth. Okay, Sonja said, I'm getting so tired of hearing about Garth. I wish you would just reel it in. Honey, reel it in. Child, listen, y'all know Luann gonna have a new man every season and every week. And then the next season is somebody else. So Luann tells them they're going to a winery, which was strange to me, because I'm thinking, why would you put yourself in a position to be around alcohol if you're trying to abstain from drinking alcohol? So I was like, why would she even put herself in that position? But child, go and set yourself off, honey. She's carrying around her frosé, which is not to be confused with rosé, and she's drinking it. And so it's helping keep those demons at bay. Okay, so they start talking about, while they're on the bus, they start talking about getting D pics, right? Parts of the male anatomy sent to you in picture form. Me personally, don't send me that. I don't like that. I don't want to see your whatnot before I see your whatnot. I don't like it. It doesn't photograph well. It's half the time not exactly standing like it should stand, honey. It ain't giving what's supposed to be gave. So please just keep it to yourself, honey. Keep it in your pants, okay, until further notice. So Luann was like, I hate those pics. Luann, I am with you. So Ramona said, I would never send those pictures. Eboni said, I don't even send pictures of my face. I know That's right. My thing is this. If you want to see me, you need to either plan a date or you need to go directly to my Instagram, child. All the pictures are there. No, ma'am, Pam, I'm not sending you nothing so you can incriminate me, because this is what I think. What if one day I want to run for president? And everybody's like, oh, I seen Misha's whatnots. No, thank you. I don't know what's going on up in there in them clouds, honey. They got the phones in the clouds, and you can go up there and grab things from the cloud and bring it down to the phone. And nope, no, ma'am. Anyway, so they get to the winery. They sit down and they immediately start talking about Luann, and because she went to the restroom, and so did Eboni, and just basically saying, well, we hope that Luann is good because this winery might be a trigger for her, right? So then Ramona asks Lindsay, who's like the server or whatever, she's like, can you bring me some wine? And she jokes like, oh, I finally remembered her name. And Eboni said, about that. Eboni was like, honey, if you thought I wasn't going to say nothing, you're mistaken. So Eboni said, Ramona said, oh my gosh, do I need to have a drink? Please just let me have fun. She's like, no, we're going to have fun. She's like, well, I just want to drink. She's like, we're going to drink. But about the help comment, my grandmother was considered the help. And Ramona was, just listening to her. She was taking it all in. And so then she's like, that word just carries a negative connotation. And so Ramona said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. And she did say she liked the fact that Eboni was non-confrontational. Although she was educating her, she didn't make her feel attacked. So she received it better. So I was like, okay, Ramona, honey, we'll take that. But don't let it happen no more, honey. Don't do that no more. Anyway, so they started talking about COVID, right? So Leah was like, I had COVID. And you had COVID as well, right, Eboni? She's like, yeah, I had COVID. Then Ramona said, and me, I had COVID as well. Now, Leah said this so she could get something started, right? So she was like, yeah, I had it. I was in Boca with my ex, Mario, and my daughter. And then I got tested and I had it. I'm like, okay. But what I got out of this was that you were on a vacation with Mario. Honey, let me find out y'all getting back together, okay? Because quite frankly, he hasn't really found anybody since you, and you haven't really found anybody since him. So maybe I can do a Nene and Greg and get back together, child. Or Ramona wedding special. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so she said I had it. So Ramona said I got tested and I gave the plasma. Leah said, did you give the plasma? So Ramona is like hemming and hawing, right? Because she lying. Okay, I'm just going to say exactly my opinion. Allegedly, she lying. Okay, so Leah was like, well, it says in the article that you donated it. Did you? So Ramona is still like, I said in the article, I went, I gave the thing. She was like, no, but did you give the plasma? It's not a one and done. You have to go back. It's steps to it. There are things that you have to do. She's like, I gave it. I did. I went. So Leah said, okay, are you saying you donated it? She's like, I said what I said in the article. And the article said that her and her daughter donated plasma, right? So Eboni said, well, it seems like you're saying you didn't donate it, right? Honey, trying to do them lawyer Jedi mind tricks on her. So Ramona said, I did. Leah said, no, you lied. You posted all on your IG, all of your different pictures, and you're full of bull. Child, Leah is not letting up, okay? Honey, Leah is like, you did not donate no plasma, and I ain't taking it back. I said what I said, and I ain't changing it. Okay, Leah. So anyway, Sonja gonna say, either you donated in a big bag or you didn't. Sonja is just the comedic relief I love. Oh my gosh, I love sweet Sonja. Anyway, so Ramona is like, I donated. So then the producer said, did you donate plasma? And so in the confessional, then Ramona said, I did donate it. And I said that. So I don't understand why Leah is all over me. I said it, I donated it, and that's that. Okay, so Leah's like, well, I'm not trying to be the COVID police, but you are. Because quite frankly, if she didn't get the blood, she didn't give the plasma or whatever it is. Okay, honey. Ramona and her turtle time antics get up and leave the table because she is a penthouse lie. Okay, girl, you ain't gave nothing. And girl, you didn't donate no plasma. And it probably would have been full of Pinot Grigio anyway. So we don't need that type of plasma. Child, anyway. So Ramona said the best thing to do when Leah gets started is just to ignore her. So Leah gets up because now she's mad. And, she gets up in her Safari's best and she's mad because nobody had her bag. So Eboni was like, listen, I'm not going to do things your way. My way is different. My way is to extract the information until I get the truth. Honey, that's the lawyer in me. I'm just saying, child, I'm not going to just go straight in. Child, I'm going to keep on investigating the situation and cross-examining the witness until I get a confession. Girl, that's how you do it, child. You don't watch Unsolved Mysteries or none of the court shows or nothing. Anyway, Luann goes to get her and she screams, I'm on a toilet. I have diarrhea. Now listen. That was both disgusting and tacky. Okay? All you had to say is, I'm using the restroom right now. I'll be out in a second. So it was a lady standing right there, right? So Luann said, I'm so sorry you had to hear that. Because y'all know money can't buy your class. Elegance is learned, my friend. Okay, you know, Luann does not like no tacky mess. This is just ignorance, child. So Eboni tells Sonja, you play mediator very well. And she's like, it's amazing how you do that. So Leah said, you know what? It's so crazy that now I'm the bad guy. So Ramona comes back. Sonja runs over to her side. So Sonja and Ramona go talk in their Rasonia language. Honey, I just named it that because, child, they talking to each other in circles. Sonja's talking about she doesn't want to be a part of the cancel committee. And I'm like, girl, cancel culture. Child, get it together. Anyway, they see this guy when they're walking back. Right? And so he's like, oh, I love your body. He's talking to Sonja. She's like, you like my body? He drunk. Okay. Yes. He likes your body, I guess, honey. Sonja wanted to hit him with a, if you want my body and you think I'm sexy, come on, baby, let me know. Sonja, if you don't go on, child, I thought Sonja was going to jump in the seat with him. I said, oh, Lord, please don't get this lady no compliments. In the middle of all that, honey, Eboni's sitting there eating her food. Yes, queen, that's how I am, completely unbothered. Now, y'all can argue, but my food's getting cold. So I'm going to eat while y'all acting a fool. Child, I stand, okay? So then they start talking about Eboni and her makeshift doggy bag, okay, because she's getting all the lobster rolls, putting them in napkins, and she's like, I'm finna do what I got to do. So they're all talking about her. Eboni said, you can call it class or you can call it crass, but it's going in this Birkin. I know that's right. I know that's right, honey. Lobster rolls in the Birkin. Yes, ma'am. Back on the bus, they're headed to the next destination. And on the bus, Sonja starts getting more and more tipsy. Okay, so Sonja looked at Luann and said, I hope you're not talking to Garrick. Child, that's seeking sister wife. We need a break from Garrick, so don't start intertwining the two. So Sonja has officially reached her peak of tipation. No, it's not a word, but she's tipsy and it's a situation, so it's tipation it is, child. They do a little bit of shopping, a little retail therapy. During shopping, Ramona gets some sage because y'all know Heather Holla Thompson is coming, okay? So they got to get the place together. So they're going to sage it before she shows up. Then they make it to dinner. Ooh, child. We all know the housewives are famous for hashing out life's troubles at the dinner table. It's the housewives' way, okay? So Sonja ordered some shrimp when they got to the little bar that they were going to. And Eboni said, you don't want a shrimp, do you? She's doing her little fingers like, I know you don't want a small one, honey. Don't want no short man. That's what she's trying to say. So Sonja said, I'm good with that because too big of a peen is a pest. Honey, I know that's right, y'all. Gotta find somewhere to put it and do all them extra kind of moves. No, thank you. Just give me your standard size, honey. Just give me your standard. Anyway, so Luann went outside to smoke because her nerves are bad at this point. All these heifers hollering and fighting. She ain't had no rosé all day, so she is perturbed. She got to go outside and gather her thoughts. So Eboni said, I'm happy y'all invited me in, so then she's just talking. There's a conversation over here and a conversation over there, right? So Luann is talking to Leah about her drinking out of a wine glass. And Leah said, do you think the wine glass is like triggering you? Because I think it is. I don't agree. I feel like it's like dieting. When you get those, you want ice cream, okay? You want an ice cream sandwich, but you get a Skinny Cow ice cream sandwich instead. It makes you feel like you're actually indulging, but you're not because this has 0 calories, 0 flavor, and 0 taste. So therefore, it means nothing. And that's exactly what I think that Luann is doing. And she's, just trying to comfort herself because she knows she can't actually have it. And Leah, stop policing everybody. You're starting to get on my nerves. Like last season, I thought you were okay, but girl, everything is a problem and everything is like, just please. So anyway, she's like, I don't think her carrying around frosé all day is the thing to do. And girl, just stick to worry about yourself. I know that Luann asked you to hold her accountable, and she's gonna hold, you're gonna hold her hand because you're not drinking. But at the same time, if this, she seems like she's doing pretty okay. So as long as she's okay and can feel like she's included, I think that that's a good thing for her. Now that's just my opinion. Y'all can comment down below and tell me how you feel about it. Then they started talking about the cancel culture. Here's Ramona. Why do we want to cancel a culture? Ramona, quit playing dumb. Honey, if Sonja heard of the cancel culture, I know you did. Child, whatever. So Leah was like, I think there should be a plan for tomorrow. Child, they're going to sit here and plan to take Heather down when she walks through the door. Child, Leah is exhausting me. Not she immediately pulled up the podcast receipts. Leah, girl, you a mess. So she starts reading what Heather said. And she said that Luann is a drug user and Sonja is, playing face off. And she likes her first face best. I mean, that's basically was the gist of it. That was what she read. So Luann said, let's invite her and give it to her. Oh, my goodness, child. It's going to be a mess. I can't wait for Heather to show up so we can see how this going to go down. And listen now, Leah, don't start hooping and hollering when you and Heather get into it, because y'all going to get into it if y'all going to get into it. I'm just telling you right now. Baby, Heather might not be the one you want to play with. Eboni over there eating her salad like it's the Last Supper. Child, Eboni gonna eat if she don't do nothing else. They can argue around her. Everything could be burning down. They could be throwing up, passing out. And Eboni is going to complete her meal. I know that's right, honey. She ain't your average housewife because they be playing with their food. I'm like, Eboni, I'm gonna eat. So Luann calls Garth for whatever reason. I'm not sure. So Sonja was like, he picked up on the first ring, right? Sonja said, who picks up on the first ring? Because y'all know Sonja is loose as a goose. Ramona said, I like the way she lights up with you. Honey, Luann lights up for every man. It's not just Garth Brooks. She light up for everybody, okay? So all of a sudden, Sonja started calling her friend William. Child, what in the bring it on competition is going on here, honey? Luann's like, bring it. Sonja's like, it's been brought in, okay? Child, they having full-on phone wars. Child, this is hilarious. Anyway, Sonja is incoherent and can't articulate a thought, right? Totally embarrassing herself and everybody else at the table. Her and Ramona yelling because that's all they do. So then Eboni asked for the phone because she wanted to talk to William, right? So she talks to him about him working for J.P. Morgan and Chase, because that is the family that Sonja was married into, right? She was like, I just wanted to tell you that I'm about to have a mortgage with Chase, right? So then Ramona said, Wells Fargo has better rates. Ramona, why would you say this in front of Sonja? Last time y'all went to that, I forgot what it was. It was a mansion or something, and they saw the family crest, and it was some loafers there, and then Sonja started getting mad because the shoes were supposed to be her shoes because they said Morgan, and it was a big mess, okay? So I don't know why you would say that about Wells Fargo, okay? So Eboni said, yes, they do have better rates. Well, Wells Fargo does, but Chase is doing something to close the gap for my people, and I want to acknowledge that. Honey, get into it. Ramona, Eboni will nice nasty shut you down in a minute. Child, worry about yourself and worry about your own mortgage rates. Child, honey, I think, you know what? And that was the end of the episode. I can't wait for next week. Eboni is such a great addition to this cast. She kind of levels them out. We haven't really gotten into it yet, but judging from the previews of the season, I feel like she's going to help these ladies wake up, because there's a lot of head in the cloud type situations that happen. They're arguing over things that they shouldn't be arguing over. And Sonja, we are going to have to cut back on the alcohol, because now it's not funny. It's not cute. This is every single season. And I don't know why everybody is acting like Luann is the only one with a drinking problem. Ramona been drinking Pinot Grigio for breakfast, lunch, and dinner since season 1. Sonja cannot stand up on her feet without us seeing her vagine after she gets through drinking rosé or whatever. It doesn't even have to be rosé. And we just all need to come to terms with what's going on. But anyway, child, that is my Wednesday night review, Real Housewives of New York. Child, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.